Hey guys, how are you doing today? Just came on because I had a few thoughts, actually. I don't know. I was just sort of talking to a few people, and I kind of came to a conclusion. Everybody that I'm talking to, absolutely everyone, I'm in grade 12, by the way, everyone's going off to college and university and stuff like that, and I think that I'm the only one, besides me and my band, of course, who have decided to actually, do something other than college, and I don't even know why that is, and everyone I've talked to has also said, well, you should go to school just in case. I don't know, I find a little bit of a gripe with that. Sorry, I'm fixing my hair in the webcam. Just trying to make sure I look wonderful for you guys. But anyways, my opinion on that sort of thing is that school's gonna wait around for you forever, and most of the people that go to school, get their first degree, don't use that degree because they later decide that's not what they want to do. If I can figure out something that I want to do now for free, that's not gonna waste someone's money for me going to school, probably gonna waste a lot of money in equipment and stuff like that, but that's stuff I can use for the rest of my life if it turns into a hobby later. I think that my first choice, being in a band, is just as legitimate as someone else going off to college and stuff like that. And while some other people may say, oh yeah, well you don't have that big of a shot of making it, well, you don't have that big of a shot of making it either. If you really think about it, there are so many people looking for the same job that they want, and there are so many people looking for the same job that I want. Just a lot of them are really too scared to choose the profession that I'm shooting for. So, in actuality, we're all on an even scale, just that I may be a little bit braver than most people. And another thing, if it doesn't pan out, I can still be 25 and go to school. I don't see why everyone has this fear of not doing everything immediately. I was actually talking to my friend's sister, and she's in nursing school right now, and she's literally one of the youngest people there, and she's 20-something, 23. All the other people are 30 and stuff like that, and they're like, what are you even doing here? You need to go live your life. Why are you in school already? Because, honestly, I figure that people are moving way too fast to try and end their lives. Because, let's be honest, people nowadays are, working as hard as they can to hit the next step, to hit the next step, and hit the next step. Because you've only got so many years, I guess. Why can't you take a few years to step back and say, I'm going to really, really look at what I want to do? Or if you have a passion, why don't you chase it instead of setting it on the back burner and finding something that you figure is more reliable? I don't know, because people are just moving this, go through high school, you go into college, university. If you don't go to university, then you're a little bit of a screw-up, but college is still okay. That's what people honestly think, and it's pathetic. And if you don't go to school, well, he's just the dropout. And then after you're done with your college, university, internships, whatever the hell you're doing, then it's straight to the next thing. I want to get married. Honestly, that's what people are... I've seen people going straight out of college and university and stuff like that. Hell, I've seen people coming in right out of high school and they're all just let's get married. What the fuck is that? Honestly, do you think that you're going to be happy with someone that you've met so early in your life when you're so underdeveloped? You're going to grow old and you're going to end up hating each other, just like every other family. Because everybody tries to move too fast. They do not let themselves develop when they need to develop. It's so infuriating because people just... I don't think that they get how... I don't know. And, people... You get a whole bunch of people who are just yeah, I'm not a conventional thinker, blah, blah, stuff like that. Well, what are you doing with your life? Oh, I'm doing it what's conventional and expected of me. What of it? I don't know, and then people... I don't know. Things like that really frustrate me. All the social standards and things like that, and things that I have to live up to. sometimes it's a little bit stupid, I guess, but a lot of the time I guess I try and go against it a little bit. Not fully against it, but like, I guess there's a few faux pas that I try and make work for me. For example, I don't wash my hair, I only just rinse it with water. I end up liking the way my hair looks, so that's a bonus right there. I'm in the hat today, so it's looking a little oily, but whatever. I don't know, I'm trying to be a musician. That's another thing that a lot of people throw down the drain. Well, actually, that's not quite true. There are two types of musicians, ladies and gentlemen. There are the type of musician who can write music and doesn't use theory. A real musician does not use much theory. I've found this. Like, at my age anyways, it may change when I get older because they learn it when they need to. There's a second kind of musician. This kind of musician plays other people's work, but they know theory off the back of their hand. These are the kind of people who can't do, so they teach. And they figured that, yeah, they're going to go to school to be concert musicians, or they're going to go to school to be music teachers because they can't do it on their own. Those kinds of people infuriate me, the people who can't do it on their own. And like, yeah, sure, big guitarists and stuff like that, you're gonna debate this in my comments. If you do choose to comment, big musicians and stuff like that do know theory very, very well, but that's because they learned it when they had to. At our age, I highly doubt that all those musicians were like, yeah, I change time signature every five seconds. It's basically my average. Polyrhythms. I'm beyond polyrhythms. I do trirhythms. I have 3 time signatures out of coordination, and it makes a mashup that only true musicians can understand. Yeah. Like, no, people aren't like that at my age, and I hope that there's no one on the earth on this earth that is that pretentious to do something like that. But of course, leave it to some people and kids. But yeah, I don't know. Just conventional thought is the most annoying thing on the planet for me right now. Plus, I have a minor headache, so it doesn't help. And I'm pooping water. Yeah, that's another thing. Something weird with my body. For example, hangovers, they skip a day for me and they hit me the next day. Most of the time. I've had normal hangovers before, but most of the time it actually skips the next day and just goes like, for example, I would be drinking on a Friday, wake up Saturday, God, I feel great. Sunday, and things like eating foods that would make me feel sick, they tend to pile up in my system and then just try and eject themselves all at once, which is wonderful, you know, being tied to the can in the garbage pail for a good hour. It's happened and it's terrible because, you know, you get that settling feeling on your gut and you, like, it's right in the hips and it's just like, whoa, and you can't help but be like, oh, that's really uncomfortable. It's like pooping pains, except for it doesn't hurt. But yeah, I had that sort of thing at school the other day, and it was terrible. I don't know, my teachers were so pissed off with me, because you can't really explain that, yes, I'm crapping water, Miss Teacher, without them being like, oh, shame on you, child. How dare you say that so blatantly? Well, how the hell else are you going to say it to make them understand? I need to go to the washroom right now. Like, when you have to go to the washroom so badly, you're not going to mince words. That's another thing. I hate how people love to be offended. Like, it's true. People just always look for that one moment in time where they're going to be able to, like, they practice. I swear to God, people practice. They wait for someone to make a racist comment, or they wait for someone to, like, just say something, cancer. Yeah, okay, I'll just play the devil's advocate for a second. I think that anyone who actually has cancer deserves to die because it's God's way of letting them know that they're sinners. People would practice their asses off to make sure that they made sure that the other person, oh, I said it twice. They make sure, they practice to make sure that the other person feels like they are the biggest piece of shit in the world, and probably rightfully so, but you know those religious people. But like other things, like minor things, like someone who actually speaks their mind, and like